standoff after he opens fire on members of the public. A family joy flight ends in tragedy. 2 men die in a light plane crash. Bob Hawke bombshell. Tonight, his daughter's extraordinary claims of a cover-up to save his career. The landmark plan to save our koalas from extinction, the new areas where there'll be no developments. Plus the cost of our Christmas favourites going up. Which supermarket comes out on top for best value?
This is 9 News Queensland.
Good evening. Police have shot a man dead in an armed standoff after he opened fire at a former partner and members of the public. The Special Emergency Response Team forced to shoot him after he also fired at police.
Teams from the Ethical Standards Command have not long arrived in Tyro. They will now carry out their own investigation into the circumstances leading up to the shooting, including whether Freya was a licensed gun owner. Paul, this shooting has certainly rocked the tiny town of Tyro, and tonight 4 young children are now without their dad.
A tragedy, Emily. Emily Prain, live in Tyro. Bob Hawke's state memorial service earlier this year saw an outpouring of admiration and affection. But in its wake emerged a challenge to his will from one of his daughters, who's now claimed the former Prime Minister talked her out of going to police after she was allegedly raped. Employees of a Bundamba fireworks company have told Nine News how they ran for their lives despite their best efforts to stop a storage container exploding. The fireworks were destined for New Year's Eve, but yesterday became a hazard when a fast-moving bushfire swept through the area. Let's go to weather expert Garry Youngberry now. And Garry, this smoke haze shrouding the southeast is certainly sticking around.
It's not great, and it is widespread across the southeast. I'm afraid we've got a few more days of it at least. We had a little bit of relief temperature-wise today, but the winds were tending more out of the southeast. We'll see a return of those northerly winds, and temperatures on the rise again this week, particularly around our western suburbs. Now, the best chance of clearing a little bit of this smoke haze is in the form of a few showers, but I'm afraid we will have to wait until Friday. Certainly not dimming our Christmas lights as we continue our search for southeast Queensland best Chrissy lights. We'll show you more tonight from Warner Lakes, so don't go too far.
See you later in the bulletin. Thank you, Garry. The Sunshine Coast teenager who assaulted a security guard in Bali and spent a week in custody is now back on home soil. 18-year-old Zach Whiting arrived at the Brisbane airport this morning. He says he was terrified the whole time he was in the jail cell. Whiting threw punches at the guard outside at Kuta Burger King, his legal team reaching a peace agreement and compensation deal last week. A landmark plan has been unveiled to better protect our precious koalas from impending extinction. The state government proposing bans for further developments in dozens of southeast suburbs. Disturbing new details have been revealed about the Saudi national who killed 3 people at a naval base in Florida. The young pilot allegedly showed videos of mass shootings at a dinner party the night before the attack, while one of his victims is being praised for his bravery. Cricket chiefs are in damage control tonight, admitting they're embarrassed by the MCG pitch debacle. But even after today's Sheffield Shield clash was officially abandoned over safety concerns, they're adamant there's no doubt over the Boxing Day test. A car plunges down a steep embankment, the delicate rescue operation to winch an injured woman from a vertical drop. A butterfly house and playground fit for adults. Your first look at the potential plans for Brisbane's biggest park in decades. Astonishing video of the cliff that just couldn't hang on. And a little later, how your Christmas shopping could help support those in drought. 20 volunteers and firefighters helping winch an injured woman up the steep drop-off. The woman was taken to hospital with suspected spinal injuries. 43 people have been killed when a fire swept through a 6-storey factory in India where labourers had been sleeping. More than 50 others were rescued from the building in New Delhi. The factory manufactured handbags, the raw materials fueling the flames. At least 18 people have been killed by airstrikes in the last major rebel-held area of Syria. Aid groups say the victims are mainly civilians. 8 children are among the dead. A rare diplomatic breakthrough between Iran and the US, the two countries completing a successful prisoner swap. Iran released an American graduate student detained for 3 years on spying charges, while the US released an Iranian scientist. Trump says the fair negotiation proves the two countries can make a deal together. It can be the nightmare before Christmas, keeping your grocery bill under budget. But tonight, the big supermarkets put to the test. Ahead, we reveal the grocery giant offering the best value. Don't miss that a bit later in the bulletin. In the final days of the UK election race, something's underway that could change everything. They're calling it a youth quake. Will it deliver the upset few saw coming? A man takes on a woman in a wheelchair, but the tables are about to turn. Fire crews forced to take on a monster blaze from a boat. Plus, the new international route taking off from the southeast.
9 News, brought to you by the 7-seat Holden Acadia.
Thousands of homes and businesses have plunged into darkness this afternoon. More than 2,000 customers in New Farm are still without power. Newstead and Southport are also affected. Energex is still trying to work out what caused the outage. 'Tis the season to steal. New figures tonight show retailers in the Brisbane CBD alone are losing at least $618 million a year because of shoplifters. Retailers are expecting a stealing spike from this Saturday when school holidays start. Firefighters have battled a blaze from the ocean, shooting streams of water from boats as flames poured through a row of seaside homes in Connecticut. 2 homes were lost and 2 others seriously damaged, but 1 resident inside managed to escape. The cause is unclear. Another Australian's been freed from Bali police custody. His charge of possessing ice dropped. These social media photos prompted police to search Anthony Harito's yacht. 0.06 grams of the drug was found, which the Darwin businessman claims were used for a back injury made worse when he slipped during the rescue. 4 months on, he has been cleared due to a lack of evidence and because he's at risk of paralysis without back surgery. The tree is being decorated and the grounds prepared ahead of an extra special Christmas party for 27,000 owners of this French castle. The crumbling building was saved by a crowdfunding campaign and all those who pitched in are now invited to the holiday bash. Dreaming of an overseas holiday? The first new flights between the Gold Coast and South Korea take off, cheaper fares. Handmade with love, how your Christmas shopping can help our struggling farmers. The cost of Christmas favourites going up. Tonight, which supermarket's giving you the best deal? And should students share unisex toilets? The South East School making the move.
The Today Show is giving away $50,000 tomorrow. Text the code word LOOT. The more times you enter, the more chances you have to win a life-changing 50 grand.
The development of a new aged care facility is set to be approved in Brisbane's Bayside. Angry residents today protesting the move, which would see heritage-listed Lotta House transformed into a 104-unit retirement village. They're concerned the project's construction will affect their quality of life. Council and developers are expected to settle the deal next week. The Premier has slammed plans for students at Brisbane's new $80 million high school to share unisex toilets. The multi-storey Fortitude Valley State Secondary College has been designed without gender-separate bathrooms, except for 2 male and female toilets in change room facilities in the St Paul's Terrace precinct. The Premier says the toilets are yet to be built, the precinct set to open late next year. The gift of giving could take on greater meaning for many Aussies looking to buy that perfect present this festive season. A new arts and craft marketplace is thriving, linking Christmas shoppers to those doing it tough on the land. He's the high flyer no one wants. The Broncos reject reports they're chasing Israel Folau's signature. Beth Mooney's heroics guide the Heat to repeat WBBL titles. What happens when an Elton John fan gate crashes the singer's stage?
And tonight's weather from Warner Lakes. Say hi, everyone. Come on down to 73 Carlingford Circuit. Take a look at these amazing Chrissy lights.
Heroics in front and behind the stumps from Beth Mooney has carried the Brisbane Heat to their 2nd consecutive title. The home side too hot for the Adelaide Strikers in front of a sellout Allan Border field. The Broncos have denied making any attempts to lure Israel Folau back to his old NRL side. Responding to reports they are chasing the controversial star's signature, the club said in a statement the Brisbane Broncos have not expressed any interest in signing Israel Folau. The Australian Rugby League Commission has said it would not welcome the former code-hopping sensation back to the NRL. Matt Jones was as cool as they come at the Australian Open, the Aussie maintaining his lead all day to take out the tournament at 15 under par. But he had plenty to contend with, South African Louis Oosthuizen pushing him to the end. After the break, we reveal the supermarket giant offering the best value this Christmas. Plus, Garry Youngberry will have your full weather details. And Gaz, it was slightly cooler today.
Yeah, it was, and comfortable as well, considering the temps we've felt over the past week or so. It was all courtesy of that cloud, but if you thought today was cool, nowhere near as cool as tonight's Chrissy lights. Take a look at some of the best across southeast Queensland.
Christmas is one of the most expensive times of the year. Now, an independent comparison has found we'll be paying more for our groceries this year. Woolworths, Coles and Aldi were all put to the basket challenge to see who came out the cheapest. Time for your full weather forecast now with this legend. And Gary, quite a festive backdrop you've got there.
Oh, it looks spectacular, Paul. Thanks to Bibbin and Marianne. They've done an amazing job. It's their second year of the Chrissy lights and they put this one together in a month. I want to show you the lights because they look amazing. Just as the sun set, it's really come to life. Plus, you can just camp out on the road and watch a movie on the garage door. Of course, every night, right through until 10 o'clock, I'm told, right through until Christmas Eve. But a lot of work has gone into this one. 73 Carlingford Circuit, Warner Lakes. Come on down and check it out, even this evening if you like. Now, from Christmas lights to Christmas lightning, take a look at some thunderstorms earlier this afternoon. A severe thunderstorm warning around the Wide Bay and the Burnett. Some hail recorded, and we might get a little drop towards the end of the week. Now to temperatures across southeast Queensland, and a slightly cooler one today. Brisbane hitting 33 degrees. Now onto the weather map, and a trough extending from northern WA to the southeast will dry some hot winds into Victoria and New South Wales. Now let's take a look at the capitals. Hot northerly winds if you're in Melbourne tomorrow. In the afternoon, showers and storms for Darwin. Queensland sunny and 32 for Cairns and Mackay. Rocky 34, Gladstone 31. Hot and sunny in the Wide Bay and the Burnett. Those storms should clear in the next few hours, but possible again tomorrow afternoon. Inland, hot temperatures into the 40s and dry. For the southeast, partly cloudy tomorrow. Slight chance of a shower, more so in the morning, then a possible thunderstorm just in the south later in the day. Moreton Bay, east to northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, the seas around the 1 metre mark. Now Brisbane, slight chance of a morning shower, but I don't expect too much into the gauge. 7-day outlook, sunny 32 Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Possible late shower Thursday. A few showers on Friday, bring it on. Hot and sunny in Ipswich Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So there we go, showers and storms towards the end of the week, but it's only 17 sleeps until Christmas. Merry Christmas, kids. Say see you, Paul.
Unrehearsed and all. Garry Youngberry. Thank you, Gary. And that's 9 News for this Sunday. 60 Minutes is next. Good night.